Man, times are tough right now in Chiefs Kingdom with the Chiefs dropping to the Green Bay Packers over the weekend. Chiefs Twitter is up in arms. We're seeing a lot of things that are going wrong, a lot of complaining, a lot of trying to figure out what's going on. But I'm here to tell you there's a silver lining out of this game and out of what we've seen of the Chiefs over the last 3 weeks. We're able to see how there might be a way forward for this offense if we see the changes that we saw against the Packers start to be implemented going forward. My name is Daniel Harms, senior film analyst here at RGR Football. Take a quick second if you're new and hit that sub button, and then work with me together as we go through this film about Wanya Morris and the Chiefs' run game. And let me earn a like from you. Let's jump into it and get into the film, because I'm telling you right now, Wanya Morris has added a physical nature to this team as he's come in as the left tackle for injured Donovan Smith. The Chiefs come out here in 13 personnel. That is 3 tight ends, 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, and they run counter. This was their biggest play of the night, and it comes off of the butt of Wanya Morris. Now, what they're going to do here is essentially blocking down. They have all these guys wall off, so you're going to almost see a double team effect. Travis Kelce is going to motion down here, and he's going to come down here and then end up blocking out. So this defensive end is going to shift out here. Van Ness is going to come out a little bit, and then they're going to open this A gap, or this C gap right here, blocking down, form a wall. This is what you want to do, form that wall. They pull Trey Smith out to block right here, and then they pull Blake Bell to come up through that gap right there. So what they want to do here is, again, they want to hold this defensive end. This player right here, they want to hold him in place. Make him think that he's going to get blocked by Travis Kelce as he's coming over. And what Travis does is a really great job of selling the block and then cutting up underneath to the next level. So here's that widening. So here Travis is going to, again, he's going to fake the block, but then he's going to get out here. This is a really nice job, again, of knifing underneath. Boom. You get Trey Smith on the block and into the next level, following his blockers. You have a little bit of over pursuit from some of the defenders, and this goes to 26 yards. What I love about this play, specifically from Isaiah Pacheco, is that this is patience, okay? So he's going to take this here initially, but he also knows he's got movement here from these players that are going to move, they're going to pull. So if he can make one of these trail defenders come downhill, if he can make this trail defender come downhill, that subtracts 1 defender in pursuit. It's a fantastic job here because he's got 2 holes open. So they do it again. Here's that fake, and Isaiah's going to kind of fake it out here, bring this player in. He's going to kind of press, but make him think he can go either way. And then he just juts back this way to the left, bringing that defender up to the line of scrimmage, and then he gets into that hole, knifing his way for a big play there. Fantastic job, Wanya Morris, with the seal job here at the end. Right here, you're going to see it, again, running right off the butt. Right off the butt. Here's that seal. This is a fantastic job right here. There is no one getting through, and Isaiah Pacheco can go for 26 yards. Patience, pressing, walling off defenders on a big play out of 13 personnel under center. That's what I want to see more of. That's what I think the Chiefs can do more of with this offense, whether it's even just 11 personnel, 12 personnel, 13 personnel. They can mix up their under center looks and still move the football with their run game, their explosive run game that they have found over the last 3 weeks since the bye week. Now, this was the sack that Wanya Morris gave up to Lucas Van Ness. The Chiefs are working a pick play on the left side of the field. Mahomes can't get to it, and instead of stepping up into that pocket, he goes off to the right and gets sacked. So, like I said, they're working this. You're going to have him, Isaiah Pacheco, come out here, and then they're working this flat combo with the out route for Travis Kelce. They want Travis Kelce to pick the defender here who's going to move out with Isaiah Pacheco, and they want to hit Pacheco in the flat, hopefully for a touchdown. They pass it off well, and it doesn't come to fruition. So what we see here from the Chiefs, again, is Mahomes is looking out here a little bit too long, in my opinion. He sees that defender come over, and then he comes off of it, and he's got to get back to his right. He's got to step up in that pocket. He doesn't step up, and instead he goes and gets sacked. So Wanya Morris here, a little late off the snap once again. This has been one of the bigger issues with his pass protection snaps, is that he's late. Everyone else is coming out of their stance right now, Every single person is, and he's just now getting there. You see, we've already got a back foot out here for Juwan Taylor. You've got eyes looking, you're trying to figure out, you've got player here, here, here. One is getting his foot out. So you're a half second behind everybody else. And then this is where he gets kind of pushed back. You see the lean job here. He's leaning a little bit. He's got hands a little bit too high on the other hands. And then the extension there. So he's backing up and getting into, that's why you got to get to your spot first as an offensive player. If you can get to your spot, you can then dictate. But if the player, the rusher, gets to his spot before you get to yours, then you're moving backward while he's initiating contact, and that makes it so much easier for him to bench press. So here comes the bench press, and it's going to move Wan Morris back into the pocket. Patrick does get a little bit behind right here. He is nearly 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. But at the end of the day, I think I would have liked to see him step up here. It would have been nice. Again, you're going to get a player get thrown down to the ground. Obviously, Patrick doesn't see that he's going to go to the ground. He sees flashes from this defensive player. So instead of stepping up, he steps out of the pocket, which again, I understand. I get that part. It makes sense. Things are coming really, really quickly. So he goes out, and that creates this much easier pass rush lane around Wanya Morris. So we get to clean up the footwork a little bit and get that snap, get off the snap a little bit quicker. And I think we're going to have much more consistent performance in the pass protection department. So you're going to make sure you get that lean in. You're not falling backward. You're not on your heels when the pass rusher gets to his spot. So this is a nice job here from Wanya against Kenny Clark, one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL. They're just going to pull Trey Smith into that gap here and get plus 6 yards on this play. And what I loved about it is that he walls up Kenny Clark, so he's not going anywhere. Right here, we have another great job of Isaiah Pacheco pressing this gap, forcing the defender to go inside, and Wanya is going to give Isaiah another lane to run behind. Really nice job there. Travis doesn't get much of Lucas Van Ness, which you don't really expect, to be honest with you. But plus 6 yards here on this single back power is a really great job, and Wanya does a really nice job of feeling that defender coming into his B gap and then walling off and allowing Pacheco to use his patience and use his eyes to be able to manipulate that and then take advantage of it for a positive gain. That's what it comes down to. Positive gain. Now here he is against Rashawn Gary in a better pass set, in my opinion. He gets out of his stance good, gets to his spot before Gary does. That's important. Hands on, absorb that power, redistribute. He puts him into the ground afterward. That's how you absorb power. You're going to watch his footwork here. We'll slow it down so you can see. But boom, into that step. Now he's in his spot. He's initiating contact, which tells me he feels comfortable with what's happening here, and he's not leaning his head down. His base is good. His arms are extended out in front of you, and that's giving him an ability to absorb power because Gary wants to come at him with that long arm. Okay, he wants the long arm here. He's going to try to work his way inside and use speed to power and push Wanya Morris back into Patrick Mahomes' lap. So let's go forward a little bit. So we're going to see the absorb power right there, right here, where he gets both feet down. He's using both feet to really catch the power from Rashawn Gary, then redistribute. As Patrick steps up, he feels that, and he's going to push Gary down right there. Nice power from Wanya Morris right there. I am a big fan of what we're seeing of the flashes in pass protection. He's a much better run blocker right now, and I think he's a much better run blocker than even Donovan Smith has been to this point. So that's a very nice rep against one of the best pass rushers in the NFL, in my opinion. Now, this is where I think the Chiefs' offensive identity needs to change a little bit. This is going to be an outside zone to the left, and this is where I think Isaiah Pacheco is an honorary Goonie, because Goonies never say die, right? And he never says die. He is consistently fighting to turn yards, and this offensive line push, this everyone want to get in on it, is exactly the kind of mentality that I want to see from the Chiefs offensive line. Again, there's outside zone here. Really nice job of getting everyone down on their blocks, okay? Down on blocks. And Isaiah Pacheco is going to feel that. And look at this. Look at this bubble. This is a perfect bubble. Really nice job walling off from Juwan Taylor right here. You got block down, block down, block down. This is a wall. And then a bubble for Pacheco to come in and get into. Look at this. Just go upfield, make something happen, and then push forward. This offensive line is to all become honorary Goonies like they have in this game against the Packers. Never say die on any play. Let this type of physical nature get infused into the offensive line. I think that's why they got better throughout the game, and you didn't see much pressure in terms of Patrick Mahomes getting sacked when they were running the ball effectively and efficiently in this game. So I loved what I saw from the offensive line in this game. And like I said, we're going to talk about the run game, but more specifically, we have not been talking about the Chiefs and their lack of conversions on 3rd and shorts or 2nd and shorts because they've got that mentality down. But also, I mean, look at this. This is 2nd and 1. This is 2nd and 1. There's essentially 4 guys in the box here. You got wide defensive end, Preston Smith, wide defensive end, Rashawn Gary, 3 down defensive linemen, and a linebacker. Run the ball, please. That's exactly what they're going to get. So we got single back power once again. Watch Trey Smith. They're going to motion Travis Kelce down, which adds another blocker into the box without anybody else coming into the box. You get a little bit of a creep down from the safety here, but that still is 5 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. Boom. Run the ball. Single back power means we've got a puller from the Chiefs. Again, Trey Smith is going to come out and block here. And this is 2nd and 1. They get 8 yards on this play. Isaiah Pacheco's patience, and then there's more push from the offensive line. You get that Joe Thuney coming in and blocking. And yes, this was prior to Wan Morris coming into the game. Donovan Smith, better job here, getting a little bit turned, a little bit of torque there, but making Kenny Clark take his job. Like, do something there, make that happen. So really nice job at single back power. And again, this is how this is going to look. You get kind of a block down here from your center, Creed Humphrey, and then you come here, you get block here. This is exactly what you want. Boom. And then Preston Smith comes down. Preston Smith should be the guy that gets blocked. He ends up coming down this way a little bit. So Trey Smith comes over, clears out. But watch the patience here. As Preston Smith doesn't come down, that leaves Trey Smith to have to figure out what to do. So he instead is going to come up here. And then he's going to get out this way. And then this is what I'm talking about with the patience. So Pacheco stops. He comes up here, follows his puller, and then squirts in between that gap. And then you get the push. This is a great play. I love watching the Chiefs use more of their gap, their power, their those kinds of run concepts, because it allows them to establish a physicality. Things that we haven't seen a ton from the Chiefs. This is 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, they're going to run a little bit of inside zone, but they're going to give it a little bit of a different feel. All the Chiefs defenders are going to move from right to left. And right now, Patrick Mahomes is changing the play a little bit because, look, we've got a floater out here, but we've got some different things happening. Preston Smith is floating behind as a pseudo linebacker, but we got up linebacker here. We got safety coming into the box. We have guys kind of amoebaing around. Amoeba defense just kind of means that you don't really know who's coming. You don't really know who's coming out, but you see all of this come through, and they're going to give a little bit of a different feel. Like I said, everyone's going to move to the left. You can tell that it's a zone because they kind of push off, but then they get a little more vertical. So it's almost like duo. And it might be duo. Because of the movement of the offensive line after the initial impact of the movement here to the left, this could be duo. But it doesn't work out that way because you only get one double. So that's why I go with inside zone specifically. But if there is anybody out there who knows what this play is called, please put it down in the comment section, because based off of how the offensive line moves, you would think that this was a type of zone. Everyone's going to step this way. And then you're going to get a little bit of this from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Gains 5 on 3rd and 2, which is good. Boom, first down. But this is what I mean. You get the movement here, which again, this all makes it look like a type of zone. So the cutback here, boom, cuts back in. You get that 5-yard gain there. And then everyone's still trying to push him down too. That's what I loved about this game, is that we finally saw the fire from the Chiefs offensive line. You're able to get 5 yards on 3rd and 2, 8 yards on 2nd and 1. And this is another third and short situation. We have one down tight end. We have an offset formation here. This is cool. This is something we haven't seen a lot from the Chiefs. Two tight ends out here. Noah Gray lined up at tackle, quote unquote. They have moved Juwan Taylor out here with Donovan Smith and formed this off-balanced, this unbalanced formation, and they're going to run out of it. They're going to run inside zone, and they're going to get push. Just making a hole. Look at this. This is how you play, guys. This is downhill running. And I love the unbalanced look. I'm getting three offensive linemen to the left here. And there's this double team kick out from the offensive line. You get Trey Smith going to the next level. You got push down here, get block out, block down, and just let this play unfold and let Isaiah Pacheco press the gap. This is what I loved. Press this gap, force this defender right here, this linebacker that's trying to see what's happening, force him to have to stay there so that Trey Smith can come off his block and get to the next level. That's patience, that's pressing the gap, and that's seeing the hole there. His vision's got better. He does have still have a tendency to bounce outside when he doesn't need to, but this game was a huge, dramatic improvement from what we've seen from Isaiah Pacheco over the first beginning of the season. The last 3 weeks, he has been fantastic in pressing gaps, being patient, and then just never saying die. He is going to earn that from me the rest of the game, rest of the season, or the rest of his career in Kansas City. He is a guy who just never says die. He never does anything that you don't want him to in terms of running guys over, making plays longer than they typically last, and then finding ways to get out and just continue to churn those legs. This is it right here, guys. Duo, the most impactful run in the NFL this season. This is what I mean by never saying die. It never goes down. But duo is you're trying to get as many double teams up front as you can, and you want that vertical push. So typically, you're going to see kind of a block out here and a block out here from Wan Morris, and then you get double teams, double here, and because this is actually really friendly for the Chiefs to run this at, it invites the doubles to the linebackers and doubles to the second level. So you're going to see right here that vertical push. There's the double teams. Those two double teams here, forming here. You got those blockouts from Wanya Morris and from Noah Gray. And then you have the defensive linebackers just kind of trying to find their way in. So he's coming down here. He's going to stay in here. And what does that do? It allows the Chiefs to get peels off, right? To peel off and get to the second level. Now everyone's blocked up. And all it is Isaiah Pacheco finding that hole, getting upfield, and never saying die. I'm going to keep repeating it. It's fantastic, and it's going to stick now. All of you are going to continue to call Isaiah Pacheco the Goonie, and that's what I'm going to label him now as after this. Everyone says it's pop. No, he is a Goonie for life, and I love what I'm seeing from Isaiah Pacheco in this Kansas City Chiefs run game right now. So there's some duo. There's real power football, at you football, and then he goes for a ton more yards. And that's the kind of mentality I want to see the Chiefs offense take on as we get closer into December, January and February. This is the kind of offense that they were last year. They ran the ball effectively, and they were much more impactful in the passing game. They do this. Maybe they run more under center out of 11, 12, and 13 personnel. I think that will naturally create more space for their players. It's time to adapt your offense to the wide receivers. Stop trying to force the receivers to adapt to your offense. Create more space, run the damn ball more play action, more under center true play action. This team right now can run the ball. They can do it, and they are forcing themselves in that situation. Wanya Morris is a really good run blocker. He should be the starting left tackle for the rest of the season just to allow Donovan Smith to get healthy into the postseason. They're going to be playing postseason football. I promise you that. The difference is now get healthy, allow your offense to get on track with the run game. It's funny that we're talking about the run game, but Patrick Mahomes needs help. And the weapons, the wide receivers, can't help him. The one thing that can in this season is the run game. It's going to open up space for the rest of the receivers and give you less to have to worry about. Play action creates space for your quarterback. It creates space for your wide receivers. That can really help this team a lot. Pacheco, Rashee Rice, Travis Kelce. That's it. Feed them, and let's see this Chiefs team get into the postseason on a high. Thank you guys for joining me today on Wednesday for the Film Room. I hope you enjoyed this. And please, if you did, hit that like on the way out. Make sure to join us on Friday for the game plan. Chiefs, Bills, another big game for the Buffalo Bills. This is a huge game for Kansas City too. Make no mistake. We'll see